So let's look at Euro AUD. This is 1:17 a.m. and the first thing we want to look at is the Euro year 10-year bond yield standing at 2.69, and the European Central Bank interest rate remains 2.14, and main refinancing rate 2.4, and marginal lending 2.14, while AU 10-year bond yield remains 4.348, and RBA, Reserve Bank of Australia, interest rate remains 3.85 after the last Monetary Policy Committee meeting, and they have kept rates the same. So the carry trade for Euro AUD favors AUD at the moment, both in terms of interest rate differential and as well as the bond yield differential, favoring AUD. So we could continuously be seeing more of a drawback from Euro AUD. And let's look at the structure so that to put everything into perspective. This is a quick snippet into the structure of the market starting from May, where we have seen price create an ascending trend line, RS1, RS2, giving you a free trade at 1.8 to short Euro AUD on economic data report, and backed by fundamental data prints. And you have seen Euro AUD tank so much, creating a bullish ascending channel. And from the floor, we have SR1, SR2, SR3, SR4, and the price ultimately swinged, but failed when it returned and broke the structure. After retesting a breakout from an ascending trend line, it turned it to an RS structure, and we have seen market in a regular fashion play up and down, and that buy was not sustained. And shortly after that, we have seen that it ended in a sell after respecting a breakout from the ascending trend line. Now we have sold down to align with another structure where we have here as RTSR1, RTSR2, RTSR3, RTSR4, and we have got here the fifth one as a demand floor to stop a bearish onslaught of AUD, where we have seen Euro pick up again on demand on investors' sentiment, move on to break back to return into the ascending trend line with intention to trend. But it was unfortunate that Euro AUD did not make it again. When it returned here, the idea would have been a breakout from this descending trend line, and we challenge this structure, and we ultimately move high. But Euro have failed. So as Euro failed, now we begin to look at downward possibility owing to interest rate differential and bond yield differential in favor of AUD. So it is a factor we must consider, as the market is completely unpredictable and it's 100% probability. Now you have seen after price move back into that structure, we have created two significant and noteworthy price action at this level, where price created here a resistance level 1, created another resistance level 2, and when we return there, currently we have seen that price rejected that level, and we have seen ourselves tanking. This is exactly what we experienced today, Monday, as a result of two bearish descending trend line established by a drop in Euro AUD price value. Remember, everything you are trading here is a current price of AUD, USD, Euro USD in the market. So everything you see here, Euro AUD, these are correct data. These are not manipulated data. These are current exchange rates of how much Euro as a base currency you need to get AUD as a quote currency. So now we have seen price playing on a demand floor, and on technical we have seen price try to make some buy adjustments. If you apply the hunter strategy at the moment, you need to avoid the market. The reason is because we have two temporary situations here. We have here as a supply roof, and this is our current demand floor. So what you want to see is to apply some patience and see if we can break out from this structure. If we break out from this structure, we will ultimately come here to the descending trend line, which has created a series of demand touch And if we manage to sustain that level, we could rebound from there. But if we fail, ultimately, where I want to see price is a pushback into the structure, into demand, and create a double structure, and we go back again. This is my perspective. This is my perspective. It doesn't necessarily represent what the market will do, but my strategy is 90%, 80% correct. And I limit it into 90, 80%. But I can tell you our strategy follows a market on a holistic approach. So what I see here is a descending trend line that you have to watch. And watching that descending trend line, I also want to place special emphasis to the price action at that level. And bear in mind that price has created a strong structure here, a support structure 1, support structure 2, support structure 3, placing here this descending trend line as a future buy floor. So in the future, if price comes back, you want to see price align in this area to give you a buy idea. So you could be getting a potential buy idea at this level. And it is important to know that while trading Euro AUD, you must keep an eye on the interest rate differentials and ECB interest rate and the 10-year bond yield, as this constitutes forces driving Euro and the forces driving AUD. Do wish you good day as you start the day. Start the day on a very strong mindset and stay resilient. Bye bye.